Hey, what's up guys, this is Devin here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the LG G4, give you my pros and cons, listing the specs, and all of that fancy stuff. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I also want to give out a huge shout out to LG USA Mobile for reaching out to me on Twitter to get this device in my hands. So again, big shout out to those guys for doing that. Taking a look around the device, we have our 5.5-inch Quad HD display. It's an IPS LCD display with a 2560 by 1440p resolution, giving it a PPI of 538 pixels per inch. On top of the display, we have Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Device, we have our 8 megapixel front-facing camera, loudspeaker, and some sensors in here. We have our LG logo. On the left side of the device, we have absolutely nothing because the LG likes to put their buttons on the back of the device to keep the sides clean. On the bottom of the device, we have our 3.5mm headphone jack, microphone, and micro USB 2.0 charging, which you can also buy a Qualcomm certified charger. It will work with this. Make sure it has LG G4 written on it. On the right side of the device, we have absolutely nothing, again, because of the way LG likes to put their buttons. Top of the device, we have another microphone and a IR blaster. Looking at the back of the phone, we have our laser autofocus, 16 megapixel camera with 4K video recording. We have our two-tone flash, volume up, power, and volume down, loudspeaker, and the G4 logo. When taking off the back cover, we have all of our stuff exposed here with removable battery, micro SD up to 2 terabytes, our micro SIM slot, battery, speaker, and all of that fancy stuff. So let's talk about the specs. We have our Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 with the Adreno 418 and 3 gigabytes of RAM. In Geekbench 3 test, we see on the single core score we have a 1133. On a multi-core score, we have a 3460. So very good processing power with this device. The Snapdragon 808 is no slouch. One thing I like to mention about the Snapdragon 808 is that it gets very hot when gaming intensely or even multitasking when you have too many things open, which I seem to tend to close off things just to smooth out performance. But overall, performance is really good on this device. Inside for storage, we have 32 gigabytes built in and expandable memory up to 2 terabytes, which is a great feature in my mind when 2 terabytes cards come out. But before you go out and say, oh, I'm going to get a 2 terabyte card, they're probably going to cost you over $200 for a really high quality 2 terabyte SD card. Our camera, it's a 16 megapixel camera so the pictures it takes is 5312 by 2988 pixels. We have laser autofocus, which works very well, and we have OIS, which is very aggressive when taking video. Video recording, it records 4K at 2160p, which is 3840 by 2160 at 30 FPS, and 1080p at 60 FPS, but I could not figure out how to get 60 FPS to actually work. Taking pictures with this camera, I am absolutely stunned, and I really don't see myself reaching for a high-end DSLR, which I actually don't own, so this is basically my DSLR. Front-facing camera at the top is very good also. It takes 8 megapixel selfies and 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Wi-Fi is also not a slouch either, with dual band Wi-Fi A, B, G, and N and AC, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. As you can see, this is not the full capabilities of this device, I'm sure. This was on 120 megabits per second download and 20 megabits per second upload, and it performed very well. Of course, I can't show you a live speed test because this is why. I have very bad internet speeds, and this is no way to show off the speeds. This is basically telling your viewers that the phone has really crappy Wi-Fi speeds and it's capped out at 3 megs a second. Which, yeah, I have crappy internet. Also on the device, we have Bluetooth 4.1. Why not 5? Don't really know. Go ahead and list the pros and cons. So the camera is my first pro. It is absolutely stunning, hands down, period. The buttons on the back I absolutely love that because your finger naturally rests here on the device, so it's easily to move instead of having to shuffle up here or shuffle up here on some devices that are this size. So is a front-facing camera, which is 8 megapixels, which takes some pretty beast selfies. Another pro is the screen because it is really pixel dense. As I said, 538 pixels per inch and Quad HD display, which is 2K, and the size is perfect. Although the device is very big, I still find that it's a two-handed device. It's very hard to move around with one hand, but yet it is usable. The con of the device is storage. So it comes with 32 gigs, which is plenty of storage for a lot of people, and also you can put a 2 terabyte SD card in, which I have mentioned earlier. The hood of the device, we have a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which I found to be very crummy. As you can see from the screenshot I took, I unplugged this thing at 100%, used it at 80% brightness, and only got 2 hours and 18 minutes and 55 seconds of screen on time, which is very poor. This device is the bloatware that it comes with. It comes with this folder that I absolutely hate being there. I don't know how to get rid of it. It comes with cell broadcast. It comes with too much bloatware for my liking. I hate the UI because it is all over the place. As you can see here, this is all weird. I hate where it's all placed. I'm going to probably edit this eventually if possible. And when powering down the device, it looks like you're using a completely different UI, as you can tell from that. Also, settings is very odd too. It's different colors all over the place. And when sound and notification, that's probably not a good idea to put there when it's that small. You can also change this to list view, which I found myself going to a lot of the time. On is the battery. Again, as I said, I don't like the battery, so enough said. The worst problems I have with this device is the battery, as I explained, and when changing screen lock, you have to clear the credentials. What I mean by that, so if I go to set a screen lock here, if we go to display and go to lock screen, and then we change this to something like a pattern. So if I set a pattern here, like so, and then I'll hit no, and then I want to show all notifications, and I don't want to hide pattern right now. So what I mean by this, if we close off the device and we turn it back on, if I unlock it, okay, so it is hiding the pattern for some reason. And now if I go to take it off, it might not do it this time, but it does do it a lot of the time. I'll go to put it like that, and sometimes it'll say you can't disable by administrator or whatever. What to do to get rid of that is actually you go to general, go to security, and then go to certificate management and hit clear credentials. What you want to, that will allow you to go back in and take off your screen lock, which I had to go very deep and exploring. I was literally like 3 hours trying to get my password off. Feature of the device is this loudspeaker on the back. Very loud and very clear. Overall, this is a very great phone. Has really good features, including the camera. And I would definitely recommend this phone to somebody if you're willing to sacrifice battery life. In some cases, this is also a different unit than what you would get. Some like T-Mobile will offer you the 2900 milliamp hour battery. Probably go out and buy the where you take the battery out and then put that one out of here and the new one in there. That's probably what I'll end up doing because I am tired of having crappy battery life. Like if the battery life was like, I don't care if it was crappy, but if the charger was faster, like, I don't know, like 3 amps or something like that, like, I don't know, or 8 volts and 2 amps, like, it'd be great, instead of 5 volts or 1.6 or 8 amps. I just don't like that at all, and, so, that's basically my review. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and, yeah, you can also get leather backs and stuff for this. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and, peace out.